السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا، من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء، واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم، ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. أما بعد، فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله تعالى، وخير الهدى هدى محمد صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وسلم، وشر الأمور محدثاتها، وكل محدثة بدعة، وكل بدعة ضلالة، وكل ضلالة في النار. Dear brothers and sisters, inshallah, on this night of Saturday, the 2nd of May 2015, matching the 13th of Rajab 1436, inshallah, we go through some sections from the book Hisn al Muslim, the fortress of the Muslim. I bring your attention again, those who were not here, that the next 2 Saturdays I will not be here. I'll be leaving on Monday, inshallah. I'll be coming 2 weeks after that, inshallah ta'ala. So therefore our lectures will stop for these coming 2 weekends, and then we'll be back, inshallah, as soon as I come back, bidnillahi ta'ala. So today we will do a portion of Hisn al Muslim. Before Maghrib we did one hadith, the hadith 19 from the 50 ahadith by Imam ibn Rajab, and today we will do some ahadith from Hisn al Muslim between Maghrib and Isha. I chose to do that because I did not want us to do the Seerah by Al-Hafiz ibn Kathir and the book by Imam ibn Qayyim. The topic is connected. I didn't want to, have it started today and then after 3 weeks we go back to it. So what we'll do is, after, inshallah, I come back, we will go back to these books, along with trying to fit the book by Al-Hafiz ibn Rajab explaining the 50 ahadith by Imam al-Nawawi alayhi rahmatullah, or by Imam ibn Rajab alayhi rahmatullah. Yesterday we stopped at the section number 90, and that is الدعاء لمن عرض عليك ماله, the supplication for the one who offers to you his money or his wealth. You say to him, بارك الله لك في أهلك ومالك, may Allah bless you or bless for you your family and your wealth. That was the dhikr number 201 in Hisn al Muslim. And this actually is a report, an athar we learned from the book Al-Adab al-Mufrad, and before that Amal al-Yawm wal-Layla by Imam al-Nasa'i from Sheikh Akram, that he usually uses the word hadith for a statement of the Prophet ﷺ. He uses the word athar for a statement of a companion, or a statement of a tabi, someone from the 2nd generation of Muslims. So this is a statement of the companion Abdul Rahman ibn Auf radiyallahu anhu ardahu fil Jannah. And this narration is from Anas radiyallahu anhu. It is in Sahih al-Bukhari that Abdul Rahman ibn Auf came to Al-Madinah. Rasulullah ﷺ made him brothers with Said ibn al-Rabi' al-Ansari. As you know, when Rasulullah ﷺ moved to Medina, akha bayn al-muhajirin wal-ansar, he instituted brotherhood between the immigrants and the supporters. And that brotherhood, it was in the beginning even like blood brotherhood. Even they inherit one another. Until later on, it was cancelled and abrogated, this ruling. But in the beginning, it was like that. So he made him brothers with Sa'd ibn Rabi'. So Sa'd, he offered Abdurrahman ibn Auf radiallahu anh, to share half of his wealth with him. Sa'd ibn Rabi', he said, I will give you half of my wealth. So here, and he offered him to get him married too. So Abdurrahman, he answered, Barakallahu laka fi ahlika wa malik. Right? So if someone offers you something, he says, you know, all right, I have 2 cars, you know, you take this 1 car, right? And you don't want, you say, may Allah bless for you your family and your wealth, right? May Allah bless your cars for you, right? You don't want it, right? Or he gives you a shirt, offers you, right? Some of his shirts or some of whatever, right? And you say, may Allah bless you in that, right? If it was a gift, the principle is usually to accept the gift, right? But in this case here, you have him offering to share half of his wealth, right? So he said to him, may Allah bless for you your family and your wealth. طيب. الدعاء لمن أقرض عند القضاء. Supplication or the prayer to the one who gave a loan at the time of paying up or the time of repayment. You say, بارك الله لك في أهلك ومالك إنما جزاء السلف الحمد والقضاء. It says here, may Allah bless for you your family and your wealth. The reward, the only reward for the loan is to praise, is to thank, and to pay up, right? To pay up, to repay, right? The narrator of this hadith is Abdullah ibn Abi Rabi'ah, and he said, radiyallahu anhu, that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam took a loan from me. He took a loan of 40,000. Then money came to him. جاءه مال فدفعه إلي. So he gave it to me. And he said, بارك الله لك في أهلك ومالك. So now, if someone gives you a loan, 500, 1,000, 2,000, whatever loan, at the time of repayment, you say to him, بارك الله لك في أهلك ومالك. Right? That may Allah bless for you your family and your wealth. Here the Rasulullah ﷺ said that the reward of a loan is alhamd, to praise, to thank, and al-ada, to pay up, right? To pay up. طيب. Section number 92, دعاء الخوف من الشرك. The prayer of fearing shirk, association of partners in worship with Allah. Dhikr number 203, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika an ushrika bika wa ana a'lam wa astaghfiruka lima la a'lam. The narrator is Abu Musa al-Ash'ari and other than him, radiyallahu anhu. And Rasulullah sallallahu warned, saying, O people, fear this shirk, for it is more hidden than the movement, than the creeping of the ant. So, whomever Allah wished to say, said to him, how can we protect ourselves from it when it is more hidden than the movement, that the creeping of the ant, O Messenger of Allah? So he said, قولوا, he said, say this, right? اتقوا الشرك اتقوا هذا الشرك فإنه أخفى من دبيب النمل فقال له من شاء الله أن يقول وكيف نتقيه وهو أخفى من دبيب النمل يا رسول الله فقال قولوا اللهم إني أعوذ بك أن أشرك بك وأنا أعلم. O Allah, I seek refuge with you to fall into shirk, to associate partners in worship with you while knowing it. وَأَسْتَغْفِرُكَ لِمَا لَا أَعْلَمُ, and I seek forgiveness from you for that which I do not know. Right? Sometimes we think that we have a sincere intention. Right? We think. But then there are other intentions that are hidden. This hadith says it's more hidden than the ant moving. Right? Can you detect that? The movement of the ant, how it creeps, it walks, right? It's very hidden. So this is a very serious issue. So therefore you seek the protection, seeking refuge with Allah from committing shirk while knowing it. And I ask you your forgiveness for that which I do not know. Right? There are sins that we do that we don't know of. Right? So we seek forgiveness of that too. Right? وَأَسْتَغْفِرُكَ لِمَا لَا أَعْلَمُ. Once again, shirk is a very serious matter. And this shirk al-khafi, right? This hidden shirk is something that is very serious. And this is the dua to protect yourself from it. Do we know this dua? Do we memorize it? Nobody knows this? Are you not afraid from shirk? It is more hidden than the movement of the ant. If you are afraid from it, this is the cure. Right? اللهم إني أعوذ بك أن أشرك بك وأنا أعلم وأستغفرك لما لا أعلم. This is something that we should use all the time to protect ourselves from all, those different ideas and those different whispers of the shaitan and whispers of the evil soul and all of that. This is a very important issue. Shirk, we need to protect ourselves from it. This show off, doing things for other than Allah Azza wa Jal, which could be disguised in to show that mashallah, you get someone, wherever he goes, he takes a very big book of knowledge, Sahih Muslim or Sahih al-Bukhari, going everywhere. Everyone who sees, mashallah, this person is a man of hadith, mashallah. Maybe he read one hadith in all of the book, right? This subha, right, that some of us use, right? It could be a means, it could be just a counter, right? You don't intend anything, but then it could be a means of also, mashallah, Allah is always on his mind, mashallah. He always does, he cannot even count with his fingers, so he's doing with this subha, so he can, right? It could be a means or a way, where a door where the shaitan will enter, wal-'iyadhu billah, and so on and so forth. Right? If you call, I called that Sheikh, I visited the Sheikh, I just hang up the phone with Sheikh so and so, right? Make you feel that mashallah is connected. He's someone, a big shot who knows big shots, and he is so much close to the scholars. And I just turned, I was contacting the president, right? So and so, like this. They try to pump up themselves, show off, to be seen, to be heard of, right? This is the shirk, Allah knows best, that is referred to here, that is hidden, right? That is hidden. And there is the shirk, either is akbar or asghar, greater shirk or minor shirk. We went through this in detail when we did the book by the Sheikh Hafiz al-Hakami, right? The 200 questions about Islam. And also we did that again with even other details, the book by the Sheikh Salih al-Fawzan, right? Kitab al-Tawheed. He went through the different types of shirk, and he went through that in detail, Hafidhahullah. But then, still, I'm asking you, most of us it seems, or some of us it seems, they don't know this dua, right? We were not forewarned enough from shirk. We are not afraid of it. We should be. This is the cure. So, there is the medicine. If you choose not to take it, right? Who to blame then? If you don't take the medicine, right? There is nobody to blame but your own self, right? So even those of us who know it and memorize it, mashallah, just you start them, you initiate, you push the button, and they tell you, subhanallah, alhamdulillah, dhikr of this, dhikr of that, dhikr of that. How much do we do it really, and how much do we practice it? And the reality is we are very, very weak. The things we know, when memorized, we don't use that many times, or we forget to use them when we are supposed to do so, right? What about if we don't know them at all, right? Then it's even farther than to be applied, right? So this is the case. The shirk al-akbar, greater one, is one that takes one outside of Islam. Asghar, minor one, it does not take one outside of Islam, but it is prohibited. And the Sheikh Said al Qahtani, alayhi rahmatullah, he quotes the definition of the major and the minor shirk from the book by the Sheikh Abdulmonem Burkhes al-Sa'di, titled Al-Qawl al-Sadid, the correct statements في مقاصد التوحيد, regarding the objectives of Tawheed. This is a commentary by the Sheikh Abdulmonem Burkhes al-Sa'di on the book Kitab al-Tawheed by the Sheikh Muhammad bin Abdul Wahhab. It's a short commentary, but it is full of knowledge. And the scholars, they advise that you want to start studying the book of Tawheed, then start with this book. Because the Sheikh al-Sa'di, rahimahullah, the way he presents his material, he is very, summarizes, puts together a lot of words in short words, and also he's a man of principles and rules. So you can see from the definition here, he says, rahimahullah, defining الشرك الأكبر is صرف نوع من أنواع العبادة لغير الله تعالى, to direct a type of the types of worship to other than Allah Ta'ala. This is shirk akbar, greater type of shirk, major type of shirk, to direct any or a type of worship to other than Allah, to ask, to pray, to invoke, to pray to other than Allah, yani something that no one can do except Allah. You ask him for it. That is shirk akbar. To vow for other than Allah, to perform tawaf for other than Allah, to slaughter for other than Allah. All of these acts of worship, if one does any one of them and directs it to any one besides Allah, he is outside of Islam, wal-'iyadhu billah. Ash-shirk al-asghar, the minor one, or the smaller one, smaller and minor compared to the major. It's not like that it's a small thing, or a minor thing, doesn't matter. It's minor compared to the major. Otherwise, shirk is prohibited, right? That's why in translation sometimes we say major shirk and the lesser shirk, the greater shirk and the lesser one, right? Just so that somebody's mind does not go into, minor means small, unimportant, small sin, It's not, there is no small and not small in, this is only a classification to distinguish between what takes you outside of Islam and what is a sin and a prohibited thing, but then you're still within Islam. Now here الشرك الأصغر, he says كل وسيلة, every means, قولية, a statement, أو فعلية, or action, أو إرادية, or a will or intention, any means, whether intention, statement or action, يتطرق منها إلى الشرك الأكبر, that you will use as a means, as a doorway leading to الشرك الأكبر, the major shirk, right? ولكن لم تبلغ رتبة العبادة, but it did not reach the level of worship. It did not reach the level of worship, right? It did not go up to the level of worshipping other than Allah, right? Any means, intention, statement or action, any means, intention, statement or action that leads to the major shirk, this is called minor shirk, right? So for instance, who can give an example of this? A means that will lead to show off. Okay, other than that, show off is mentioned already. That's the thing, you know, when you talk about minor shirk or hidden shirk, comes to show off, right? That's يعني shirk أصغر, right? Shirk أصغر, because you are worshipping Allah actually, but your intention is to be seen, right? You are not worshipping other than Allah. If you worship other than Allah, then that is kufr wal-iyadhu billah, akbar, right? Shirk akbar. But you are worshipping Allah, but you want to be seen, right? You want to be heard of, right? Right? Like even the Sheikh we mentioned before, and the Sheikh he kept mentioning it, our Sheikh Akram, you know, about the man who was praying and they were saying, MashaAllah, yani, his prayer, and then after salam he said, and I'm fasting too, right? Right? He wants to be known. It's not only ibadah, but fasting too, yani, on top of that, yani, right? And the example of the ones I mentioned, you know, show off by like trying to show that one is a student of knowledge when he isn't, or he is connected with big shots and scholars and like that when he, you know, just trying to make others know, to build yani, a reputation, to build fame yani, for himself. This is what they want by that. But he says any means leading to that. What?
Sometimes they depend on the people, right? You say, okay, you know what, I depend on you. Okay, if you are not calm, so I'm not solving this.
طيب, that's a good example, right? ما شاء الله وشئت, right? What Allah wills and you willed, to say these two together, as if the will of Allah is equal to the will of the slave, and rather you should say ما شاء الله وحده, or ما شاء الله ثم شئت, right? Whatever Allah wished alone by himself subhanahu wa ta'ala, or whatever you willed, whatever Allah willed, then I willed, or you willed, or he willed, or she willed. Then after that, to separate, give superiority, to give superiority to the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and so on and so forth, right? Any statement, any intention or statement or action, right? The one who makes an oath by other than Allah, making an oath by his father or his mother, right? This is shirk, right? Because you don't make oath except by Allah Azza wa Jal, right? So if someone swears by other than Allah, why is he swearing by other than Allah? Why do people swear? They want to emphasize something. They want to show that they are truthful. So they swear by something that they highly regard and highly respect. That is only for Allah. So if someone made an oath by other than Allah, then this is shirk. Right? This is if he made an oath by other than Allah, giving it so much respect and regard, not equal to Allah. But if he, wal-'iyadhu billah, made an oath by other than Allah, and he is respecting and afraid from that thing more than Allah, it takes him outside of Islam. Wal-'iyadhu billah. Like the one who tells a lie, you tell him, swear by Allah. You say, Wallahi al-azim, and talata, 3 times, easy. They say, okay, make an oath. Okay, I understand. Make an oath by the wali so and so, or the Sayyidi Fulan, Kailani or Jilani or Nawaz Gharib, or right? Yeah. Then they hold back. They are afraid. What's wrong? What's the matter? They say, look at their twisted minds. They say Allah is most merciful, all forgiving. But those awliya, they hit you immediately. They crush you right away on the spot. This is how they say openly, with their words like this. يكسرك right? They say those no mercy, merciless. Those awliya, أعوذ بالله of these awliya who are merciless, right? This is how they openly talk. This is not minor shirk. This is major shirk, because they respect those awliya more, those saints more than Allah. They love them more, they fear them more than Allah. Right? That's the case. Right? So now there are words that people say, actions that people do, right? That could be that are minor shirk. They are means. They are doors leading to the major shirk. Doors and means leading to the major shirk. Once again, the definition of major shirk is to direct any act of worship to other than Allah. As for the minor shirk, then it is any means, whether it is intention, statement, or action, that leads to the major shirk. Another example, superstition, right? Again, if one is if one is making a cause which is not a cause, right? This is shirk, right? But making it as a cause leading to that, right? Then this is shirk asghar. But if he believes that is an independent cause, independent of Allah, then this is shirk akbar. It takes one outside of Islam, right? And so on and so forth. There are many examples of this. We can have questions at the end, inshallah. The next section is 93. This book, once again, Al-Qawl al-Sadid fi Maqasid al-Tawheed. The correct statement regarding the objectives of Tawheed. This, inshallah, is a wonderful book that we should be doing, inshallah. There is an intention to cover that book, because it's a small commentary by the Sheikh Abdulmonem ibn Nasr al-Sa'di. This is the Sheikh of Sheikh Ibn Uthaymin. This is how Sheikh Ibn Uthaymin became Sheikh Ibn Uthaymin, because he has a Sheikh like that. He was a great man of knowledge, and he was so deep in his knowledge, so open-minded, to a point that some of our scholars, they say, it was as if he wasn't in his time. He was so smart, he understood things that are, the people of his time couldn't fathom, couldn't get to understand them. That's why some people maybe they were like kind of criticizing and they couldn't digest some of what he was able to understand, right, and say. عليه رحمة الله. But then he was one of the major scholars of our time, rahimahullah ta'ala. And the book is actually translated by Al-Hidayah of England. I don't remember now if I've seen the book, but I know that it was translated long time ago, right? So the book is translated by Abu Khalil Jad Sylvester, one of our brothers in the United States. He translated that book. That was, as I said, many years ago. I believe it is published already. I don't remember seeing if I saw it or I didn't, but I think it is available in English, I'm talking. And inshallah, there is intention to go through the book, inshallah, in the future, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. If Allah extends our lives and facilitates for us to fill this life with seeking knowledge and beneficial knowledge, inshallah ta'ala. طيب. So once again, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika an ushrika bika wa ana a'lam wa astaghfiruka lima la a'lam. Inshallah is not a difficult one, right?
There is one more dua.
About ash-shirk.
Yes. Allahumma alimul ghaibi wa shahadati fil samawati wal ard. In the morning.
أعوذ بك من شر نفسي ومن شر الشيطان وشركه or وشركه. That is good. That is good. Part of the dua of the morning and the evening. But that one is, I seek refuge with you from the evil of myself and the evil of shaitan and his shirk, his association, or sharakeh, his traps, right? Could this or that. But this one is for you not to fall into any shirk, knowingly or unknowingly, right? So this will remove away, as one of the narrations say, kibarahu wa sigara. It will push away, it will divert away from you the major and the minor. If you say this, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika an ushrika bika wa ana a'lam. I seek refuge with you from association with you while knowing. And I seek forgiveness from you regarding that which I do not know. So it's an easy, inshallah, dua to memorize, and we should use it on a daily basis. This is hadith 203 or dhikr 203 in Hisn al Muslim, the fortress, right? Those who are afraid from shirk, they should know this. Ibrahim alayhi salatu wassalam, what is he about Tawheed? He is the Imam of Tawheed, right? He is the leader in teaching that. Yet he says, وَجْنُبْنِي وَبَنِيَّ أَن نَعْبُدَ الْأَصْنَامِ. Oh Allah, have me and my children stay away from worshipping asnam, idols. And some of the scholars of the past, they comment on this, saying, وَمَنْ يَأْمَنُ الْبَلَاءَ بَعْدَ إِبْرَاهِيمَ. Who would be safe and secure from trial after Ibrahim? If Ibrahim is asking to be, he is the teacher of that, and he is asking Allah, oh Allah, have me and my children stay away from worshipping idols. Right? So us, we should be even more afraid, more scared, more terrified that we should fall into this. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, now in this hadith, authenticated by many scholars, right? It teaches to say this to be safe from the major and the minor of shirk, right? Allahumma inni a'udhu bika an ushrika bika wa ana a'lam wa astaghfiruka lima la a'lam. You might find different wordings of the hadith if you memorize this one, that is sufficient inshallah ta'ala. 203 حسن المسلم. طيب inshallah, so you memorize that بإذن الله. Section 93 الدعاء لمن قال بارك الله فيك. Supplication, making dua for the one who said to you, may Allah bless you. Barakallahu feek. What do you say? 204, dhikr 204. وَفِيكَ بَارَكَ اللَّهُ. وَفِيكَ بَارَكَ اللَّهُ. And in you may Allah bless. طيب. And this is an athar. Once again, usually the word hadith and athar, they are equal. But then some of the scholars, they use hadith for the Prophet ﷺ, something from him. And athar is something from a companion or a tabi'i, just to differentiate. Otherwise, both of them mean the same really. And this is a statement of Aisha radiallahu anha. That's why we said it's an athar here. He says it's an athar. And it says, this narration says that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam uhdiyat li Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam shah, that a sheep was given as a gift to the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. قال اقسميها, he said divide it or distribute it. فكنت إذا رجع الخادم أقول ما قالوا. So she would she would divide it and distribute it as gifts, right? So when the servant would come back, yani she would send it with the servant to give to such and such different people. So when the servant came back, she would say, ما قالوا, what did they say? قال يقولون بارك الله فيكم. They say, may Allah bless you, or may Allah put blessing in you, فيكم, right? فأقول وفيهم بارك الله. And I say, and in them may Allah bless. May Allah bless them too. نرد عليهم مثل ما قالوا. She says, this is the statement of Aisha. We reply to them the same like they said. ويبقى أجرنا لنا. And our reward will remain for us. Look at Aisha رضي الله عنها وأرضاها في الجنة. So you do something good to someone, he says barakallahu feek. Now if he says barakallahu feek, he made dua for you with barakah from Allah. He rewarded you in full, right? So if you say wa feeka barakallah, now he made dua for you and you reply to the dua, what remains? The reward of the gift is still for you, right? Because he made dua for you, you made dua for them, so that's equal there. And then extra is the gift, right? The reward of the gift that was given, right? So she would send the servant with the gift, and when they come back, she says, what did they say? They say, barakallahu fikum. She says, wafihim barakallah. Right? We reply to them the same like they said, and our reward remains for us, remains the same for us, right? طيب. So if someone says barakallahu feek, you reply wa feeka barakallah. If they say barakallahu feekum in the plural, wa feekum barakallah, right? This is how you reply. طيب. In this hadith, of course, the allowance, the validity of giving a gift and the validity of accepting a gift, and that it is recommended to divide and distribute it if it is something that can be distributed or is distributable, right? You distribute it between the relatives, the friends, the neighbors, ashab, al-jiran, right? And in this hadith also, the recommendation of dua with barakah, with blessing for the one who gives the gift, and likewise the one both the one who gave the gift and the one who accepted it, they would make dua with barakah for each other. Number 94, section number 94, Du'a'u karahiyati tiyara, the prayer of disliking at-tiyara, superstition, right? Superstition. Tiyara comes from tayr, right? Tayr is birds. And the people before, they used to scare the birds, right? They scare the birds, and they claim, is the people of Jahiliyyah before Islam, they claim that this is an indication of good or bad, right? You scare the birds, if they go this way, okay, things are fine. If they go the other way, oh, you shouldn't. Yani if you travel, if you're getting married, this is how they use it. They scare the birds, right? And this, the English people also, birds of omen, right? Evil omen or bad omen, right? So here, basically, tiyara is superstition or evil omen, right? How to push away. You dislike to be falling into superstition. What do you pray when you hate to fall into that? What do you pray, right? Here, dhikr number 205, you say, Allahumma la tayra illa tayruk, wa la khayra illa khayruk, wa la ilaha ghayruk. O Allah, there is no bird except your bird, right? There is no goodness except your goodness, and there is no true God except you. This also has passed before in the 200 questions about Islam, Tiyara, and also it showed up in the Kitab al-Tawheed by the Sheikh Salih al-Fawzan, Hafidhahullah, and this actually shows and emphasizes the point where some people, they say, يا أخي التوحيد. You keep talking about Tawheed. Yeah, we have a headache for يا أخي. We learned so much about, even some of them, one time, I think I told you, he said, I'm not going to come to the Jum'ah here. Every time Tawheed. Ya akhi, speak about the children, about this, about that. Tawheed. Wallahi, it's an over-exaggeration. I wish that we speak about details of Tawheed in every khutbah, right? I just say this because it's so important. How many times we talked about it? How many times this hadith you heard of minor shirk and major shirk and the definition of major shirk and minor shirk. And here I am asking you, you are interested in this. You love this topic. You want to learn it. You are so careful and greedy to know it. And still, I tell you, what is the dua of pushing away shirk? Some of you know it, some of you don't. Right? After all the diligence, we still are falling short. We are humans. We have so many defects, flaws, deficiencies, imperfections. That is us. But we strive hard to learn this area, which is the most important aspect in Islam, and we still fall short. What do you think the one who says, Ya akhi tawheed fahamna? We learned Tawheed, we understood Tawheed. How many times you're going to talk about? What do you think their condition will be? They will be, I'm telling you, no doubt they will be falling in it. They will be falling in it. Because if you are so much trying to learn how to run away from it, and still the shaitan grabs you. So what do you think if you are negligent, or if you think you know too much? MashaAllah. You think you know too much about it, right? Those ahadith, by the way, some of them they passed by, not in those books, the many books that we studied together, right? And even Al-Wabil Al-Sayyib, we did part of that in there. Even, you know, many books, we did part of this and that here. And still within the book, Amal Al-Yawm Wal-Layla, by Al-Nasa'i, Imam Al-Nasa'i with Sheikh Akram. And also this Al-Adab Al-Mufrad with Sheikh Akram. We did those ahadith, the same ones. They're not new, I'm sure they're not new to you. Right? They're not new at all. Yeah. But we still, you know, need to learn more about this. So if someone is not putting effort into that, they will surely fall into shirk wal-'iyadhu billah. Right? So this one is narrated by Abdullah ibn Amr radiyallahu anhuma, and it says that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Man arja'athu at-tiyaratu min hajatihi faqad ashrak." The one whom superstition turned him back from his need, from going about his need, then he has committed shirk. He has fallen into association. Yani, you wake up in the morning and you are about to leave, and then you have this black crow, you know. So let's go back home. I think this is not a good day. Right? Or you are leaving at night to travel, and then the owl, you know, makes that sound, and then, right? So you go back. Or the likes of that. You know, some countries, they are superstitious about the one who makes the coffins, you know. The funeral homes. Hanuti, right? It's like, you know, they see it in the morning, then Ya Fattah, Ya Alim, Ya Razzaq, Ya Kareem, the Egyptians, you know. The first thing you see in the morning is the one who makes those boxes and graves, grave maker. What is that? Right? So they feel, you know. So this feeling might happen to any one of us. You know, you want to go out, and then, you know, you have something very important to do. And then it rains, and the weather is so cloudy, and it rains, and, you know, lightning comes. Maybe you feel something. Maybe today I don't think it's going to be achieved, this need. If you go back because of this is now you have fallen into shirk. Right? Shirk, now I'm asking you, Akbar or Asghar? The greater one or the minor one?
This is greater one.
Greater one? Who's a faqih who will help us with this one? If you believe that this is an indication, a cause that Allah made, Allah made this cause as an indication that you shouldn't, right? This is now shirk asghar, the minor one, because you're saying that this is a cause when Allah did not make it a cause, right? But if you believe that this is actually an independent cause, right, leading to destruction or failure or whatever, then this is now independent from Allah. Then this is now a major shirk, right? Wal-'iyadhu billah, right? So it's important to understand those differences, right?
Allah from the science. People say this is science, this is religion.
Well, there is nothing scientific about those things. The horse's shoe and you know, those things. There's no science with this, but the issue of secular and, you know, and that Allah has nothing to do with this world, that's atheism and kufr, right? That's another issue. But we're talking about superstition here, right? Superstition, you know. So, Allah made in the coffee, Allah created in the coffee this quality of, you know, waking you up, right? Right? This caffeine. Allah is the creator of that. So if you believe that this is the, is it a true cause or a false one? It's a true cause, right? We know through nature and science that Allah made this ingredient in coffee that sort of wakes you up, right? Although later on it shuts you down if you don't drink more of it, right? You know that. This is what the scientists, they say, right? Cause, effect, cause, effect. You want to continue to be alert, you drink more of it. If you drink and stop, then it gives you the reverse effect, right? That's what the scientists say. Anyways, so cause and effect. But if you say, if you drink in this paper cup, right, then it works. If you drink in the plastic cup, it doesn't work. There is no science, there is nothing to support this, right? So you should not make a cause that is not a cause, right? If you make something as a cause created by Allah, that is, which Allah did not make that thing a cause, then that is shirk asghar, minor shirk. If you link it to the will and ability of Allah and the creation of Allah. But if you claim that that cause is independent from Allah, that is the kufr al-akbar, right? طيب. So here the superstition with the birds, right? So if you want to go to do something and you see something that is claimed to be a cause, indicating failure, indicating that you will not be successful, right? Which Allah did not make a cause. And because of that you go back. You don't go to do your work. You don't go to achieve your objective. That is shirk. It is minor shirk if you claim that that is a cause and indication. If it is major shirk if you think that that is a cause on its own, right? It's a major shirk if you think it's a cause that is independently working to achieve that effect, right? So now this is here. We are humans and we have this deficiency. So now if you're planning tomorrow you will go and do this big business deal and you're going to, mashallah, you wake up, first of all the alarm is set up in a wrong way, so you don't wake up on time. Then you wake up, you put on the shirt, the button is now you have to change, right? You go out, start the car, it doesn't want to start. All things are working against me. Maybe it's an indication. You get this. You see, as I said, things like a bird, something, or someone, looking very bad, or you see one of those people on the streets, you feel something bad, This should not turn you back. You are a human. That feeling is okay to have that feeling, right? But you have to ignore it. It's okay if it came to you. Things happen to us, right? It's okay to cross your mind, is okay. We are humans, we have deficiencies. But this should not turn us back, right? Let's do it tomorrow or the day after, next week, because of this different problems that happened, right? Rather, you should go ahead with whatever you want to do, and you should depend and rely upon Allah, and you should say this: Allahumma la tayra illa tayruk, wa la khayra illa khayruk, wa la ilaha ghayruk. Oh Allah, there is no omen except your omen. We can translate as such. There is no bird except your bird. This might not be understood. There is no bird causing evil omen, right? Who created all birds? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So there is no bird that brings evil omen and bring another one that brings good omen, and all of these are creations of Allah. There is no bird except your bird. There is no omen except your omen, right? And there is no good except your good. La khayra illa khayruk, right? and there is no true God except you. Right? So the bird is one of the creations of Allah. It does not benefit, it does not harm. The one who benefits and harms is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone. There is no good that you can hope to achieve, right? There is no hope that you can labor to get except the khair that Allah gives, right? There is no khair except the khair that Allah gives, and there is no true God other than you. There is no true God that can bring good or push away, divert away harm and evil or hurt except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He is the only one who runs, controls, manages the affairs of the universe. He is the one alone that deserves to be worshipped. There is no true God except Him subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right? The next section is the dua of al-rukub and then dua al-safar. I think we can stop here, inshallah, as I can see maybe some of you want to ask questions, so we leave time for that, inshallah ta'ala. And we'll continue inshallah ta'ala after, bidnillahi ta'ala, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala extends our lives to live, then after 2 weeks inshallah we will be able to get back inshallah. Subhanakallahumma bihamdika.